Welcome to Watches with Dennis, and today I want to give my first thoughts on the newly released black-dialed version of the Tudor Pelagos FXD. Let's go ahead and go through the watch specifics first. This is very similar in terms of size and configuration to the original blue dial version. This watch's reference number is M25717N-0001. It is a 42mm diameter watch. It's 12.75 millimeters thick, 52 millimeters lug to lug, and has a lug width of 22 millimeters. But this watch style is a little more complicated than just knowing that, which we will get to in a moment. The watch is powered by the MT5602, which is a COSC-certified time-only movement that beats at 4 Hz, has 25 joules, and offers approximately 70 hours of power reserve. The watch case is made of grade 2 titanium, and so you'll see that the metal is brushed throughout the use of the watch. A sapphire crystal protects the matte black dial. A ceramic insert is used in the unidirectional rotating bezel. That is a difference from the other FXD models that have come out that have all featured bidirectional rotating bezels. And that bezel insert does have 60 minutes of graduation like the other FXDs have. This watch does have fixed strap bars, which means it doesn't use spring bars. It's a solid piece connecting to the lugs. And so your strap options are going to be greatly limited to things that are essentially just pass-through, most notably NATO. This watch actually comes with 2 straps. It has a fabric strap, which Tudor references as using a self-gripping fastening system. It's green with a red stripe in the middle. And the watch also comes with a black rubber strap, featuring a woven motif and a titanium pin buckle for fastening. So in terms of my overall thoughts, this watch is in no way surprising. I believe I had a video, probably multiple videos, back in 2022 where I was talking about my predictions for 2023, and I'm pretty sure I said something about a new color iteration on the Pelagos, and I've talked about black dials before to appear in the line. Now, of course, we have already had black dials in the non-FXD versions of the Pelagos, but it only makes sense that that colorway would eventually appear in this particular version. I think the thing that's polarizing for the FXD line and why I would never really consider it is the use of the fixed strap bars. It's just way too limiting on strap options. I think a lot of the enjoyment that comes out of a dive watch is the ability for you to do custom configurations. And while I've heard very positive things about the fabric straps that Tudor makes, almost all the third-party options I'm aware of in other materials would rely on a spring bar system, and they're just completely out of play with this particular line of watches. So for me, the FXD has always been a deal killer just because of that. I have always enjoyed the fully 60-minute graduated bezel look. I think that's very cool. That's still present here. That's entirely brushed is not surprising given the grade 2 titanium choice. And like all the other currently available FXD models, this watch is still very text-heavy at the 6 o'clock position on the dial, which I don't think is the best look. But at least here they've broken it up with red and white text. So there's a little bit of variety, which was not true on the original blue dial version. Currently priced at $4,150 on Tudor's website, this comes in at a relatively approachable luxury titanium dive watch. But its attractiveness as a purchase, in my view, versus the original FXD solely comes down to whether you prefer the blue dial or the black dial. Perhaps some of you were put off by the FXD because you didn't like that the bezel was bidirectional, and to my knowledge, this is the first time the FXD line has used a unidirectional bezel. But other than that, it's either because it's black or it's because of the bezel rotation. There's nothing else going for this model over the prior model, setting aside the carbon fiber versions, which of course brought their own unique case material. I think it'll do reasonably well for Tudor, but it's impossible for me to say this is anything special. It seems they've been doing a bit of a media event for this watch, and I think that makes sense from a market standpoint in the sense that, while it's not the Black Bay line, the Pelagos has been doing well for them by all accounts. But for something pretty non-innovative, it's a little amusing that they've gone to such fanfare for what is essentially just a colorway swap. But those are my thoughts. I'd love to know yours. Please comment below with anything you think about the new black-dialed Pelagos FXD. If you're interested in it, if you're planning to buy it, if you've already bought it, I'd love to hear about it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. It helps me out in YouTube's algorithm. If you want to be notified when I have new videos, you can click the subscribe button. If you want to further support the channel, there's a link in the video description to the 99-cent club. And I also have an invite to my Discord. There's no cost to participate on the Discord. It's just a place where we go when we chat about watches. That's all I have for this episode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.